Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to FranTastic Insights, where we provide insights from some of the coolest people in franchising. My name is Alesia Visconti. I am the president and CEO of FranServe and Franchise Dictionary magazine. Now, FranServe is the largest franchise consulting organization in the world, and our mission is very simple. We want to help change people's lives through franchise ownership. And we do that through a network of incredible franchisors and franchise consultants, all who help their candidates explore franchise opportunities. Today, I'm excited to have a dynamo with me. She is a go-getter, Alia Alston. She is the founder and CEO of Icebox Cryotherapy Studio. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, and tell us a little bit about where you are right now.
Well, I'm sitting in my car right now outside one of the studios that we're about to open here in Georgia. So, you know, the life of a CEO founder of a franchise company isn't as glamorous as some may think. So we're actually opening up two studios 1 week apart during Christmas in the middle of a pandemic. So we've all had to be a little flexible, and so I'm helping put together a studio here, and then I fly out after Christmas to go to New Jersey and help put a studio opening up there. So I feel very blessed that we can actually do this right now, right, in this climate. But yeah, so this is my office for the day.
Well, I am so happy you were able to take time out of your crazy hectic schedule to come on to our show. So, I'd be, happy if you could explain to our listeners and our audience a little bit about what Icebox does, and what traits make it unique, because this is a pretty cool, literally, franchise. So if you could tell our audience a little bit about it, I think that'd be a great start.
Sure. So Icebox was developed about almost 10 years ago. I started it after looking for some type of modality to help with my recovery. And I have a spinal injury from a car accident. And I found this technology and decided that I had to have it for myself, and it couldn't fit in my garage. So I decided to open up the very first retail opportunity for cryotherapy. We call ourselves a studio. It's an athletic spa, if that's a better word for it. We specialize in athletic recovery, wellness, pain management, and beauty. It's a really cool business that is everybody's focused on wellness right now. So we've been very lucky to have grown significantly over the last 10 years, but we continue to grow through the pandemic.
Awesome. And, if you could, sometimes when I ask this question, people will say everywhere, and that's okay. But are there any hot markets right now that you'd really love to expand into? Again, sometimes brands want to expand across the country, but sometimes they have ones that they're really looking to penetrate. Is that the case with you guys?
It is. So, of course, we want to be everywhere. But right now, our focus is Texas, California, Arizona, the Southeast, North Carolina, South Carolina. Right now, we are diving into Florida. The opportunity in Florida is huge. There is no cryotherapy companies like Icebox. So we're really excited. We opened up our first South Florida location in July of this year, and they have been killing it. It's been awesome. So we're really excited about the opportunity of Florida, but I've got my eyes set on California, Arizona, Texas. So
very good. Sounds like a good growth plan for 21 and beyond. So that's definitely exciting. And, we're talking about growth, we're talking about markets, but can you explain, Alia, about what traits you look for in a franchise owner?
So it's interesting. We, in the beginning, we always thought we were open to investors or open to people that would actually work in the store, operators. And we can do both. I think you can be successful at both. What really matters is the team that you bring on board. That's the biggest part of the formulation, right? So we always say everybody has a story with Icebox. It seems like all the franchisees that we have on board right now, the successful ones, are the ones that have become fans of cryotherapy and of Icebox. And they have a story to tell. It's easy to sell a product. It's even easier to sell your why because of the product. So we're looking for people that are passionate about wellness, health and wellness, that feels as passionate as I am about cryotherapy, looking into, wellness that is drug-free, natural, quick. So that I would say is, a good profile for all of our franchisees that are successful so far. Are just, wellness is definitely top of their priority.
Now, do they have to have a background prior in wellness or in cryotherapy? Do they need to have that background in order to come on board as a franchisee?
No, not at all. I mean, I did not come from sports. I wasn't an athlete growing up. I'm not trained in medical or PT. My background is just, I needed it for wellness, for pain management. Of course, we love it when there's somebody, we've got somebody that's coming on board that's that just signed on. She's a trainer. She used to own a gym. She's passionate about health and wellness. But some of our best franchisees have no background at all. They are just interested in the technology, love the idea of helping people, and have fallen in love with natural wellness through cryotherapy.
Well, I think that's an important part of your growth, and I appreciate you sharing that, because sometimes audience is listening and they think, well, gee, that sounds like a good brand, but I don't have that background. So it's great to hear that they don't have to. They need to have a passion. But isn't that one of the beauties of a franchise, right? You teach them the operations, you do the training, so they don't necessarily have to have that background, but they can still be successful. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys have a veteran discount as well, correct?
We do. We have a 10% discount. It's something that's near and dear. My family's Army. My husband's family is Air Force. So obviously it makes sense for us.
Well, that is great. I'm very involved in helping veterans come into the franchising space. So, we always appreciate the veteran service, and thank you, for the discount for them to become franchise owners. That's awesome. I appreciate that as well. And I'd like to go a little bit, deeper now and talk about one of my favorite hashtags on social media, and that's, franchise strong. Now, I use this hashtag probably more than I use hashtags for my own brands of FranServe and Franchise Dictionary magazine. So I'm very passionate about it. To me, Franchise Strong just really embodies everything of what franchising is. A group of caring people. We help people's dreams come true by franchise ownership. Lots of people want to own their business. They don't know what to do. Franchising is such a wonderful, logical step for them. And I just really feel, we call it the franchise family, in that regard. And that to me is what I have seen, especially this year in 2020 through the pandemic, how much we've all come together. So, I'd really be interested in hearing what Franchise Strong means to you and to your brand.
Oh, pretty passionate about this. I mean, this is why I got into franchising. When I first started, there was 3 other people that had the technology that I had: a doctor, a trainer, and somebody that worked with an orthopedic surgeon. And they helped me and taught me so much about this business. And thank God, because they didn't have to, but they did. And when I started Icebox, I thought, well, I'm just going to open up all corporate stores. I'll run them all. And I learned very quickly that that's almost impossible to do, and to do it well. So I decided by franchising, I can have partners in the business, and together with sister studios, we call them our sister studios, we all work together. I'm really proud of my team that I have, my leadership team, we focus big on culture, on brand, and on education. I mean, that is something that's top to mind. I have one person, she does training for new store openings, but she's also there to support the team afterwards with education. Every other week, she sends out educational materials, cue cards for the staff, upfront staff. When business is quiet, they can, learn new things about cryo, or different scripts to help educate our clients. We say we educate, we don't sell to our clients, we educate our clients. So the system that we've brought on is so supportive of everyone. We share our advertising. We're allowed to share other studios' information, advertising, before and after pictures, stories. We encourage it because together we are family, and together we're so much stronger than individually. That's the thing I love about franchising, and going through our climate recently, we've realized how important it is. I talk to individual store owners all the time. They always call me and they're like, hey, I own a cryo place in Cincinnati and I'm really struggling, or I'm having a hard time. How do you do it? I've even had them fly in and meet with me or take me to lunch. And I've done that just because I know how it feels to be alone and not be able to ask questions, or how did you do this, or get ideas, or so for me, obviously I'm like, you should buy a franchise. But for me, it's not that they're individual owners. We're all in it together. And we all learn from each other. I mean, I said, we're at 46 locations under development right now. And I said, my first 100 have to be partners. They have to bring something to the table to help me, and then I can help them. So I'm really excited and feel really lucky that I'm surrounded by strong franchisees that can help support the whole system.
Well, that is awesome. It's very easy to see how, a caring and smart brand can really make it work for the franchisees. And even when you're speaking, your passion comes through, you light up, and you can hear it, right? Because obviously you've walked the walk and, not just talk the talk. So as you said, all of this stemmed from a car accident and pain. So you can identify with your clients, and the franchisees can identify with that. So I think it's really great how you built the business. And, I know, as I said at the beginning of this, you're a little crazy with your schedule. And honestly, we so appreciate you coming on board and, meeting with our audience. And I will say, we just love your FranTastic Insights. So audience, I want to thank you as well for your time, and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can get updated videos. But Ali, I just want to ask you, any last words before we wrap up?
I just want to say thank you for all your support. Also, it's this all happens because we surround ourselves with smart, talented companies, vendors, individuals that make our village run properly. So,
well, thank you so much. And I just have to say, have a FranTastic day.
Thank you. You too.